Like damn, she in her mood. 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 She lit, get money too. Like damn, she in her mood. In the mirror, I'm doing my dance.
Hello ladies, A1's Day Ones, and if you're a new one, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you don't miss no more awesome nail tutorials, girl. Alright, so I know you've seen the 3D lip nails. Some of them, girl, they need to go to the orthodontist. Like, I was like, girl, like, if you started from scratch, like, God, you couldn't make them a little better? Like, you know, I'm just kidding, girl. And tongue or no tongue is optional. Now, I've seen it with piercings and braces. You can really get creative, very realistic with it. This is just a very simple basic step, like level 1, class 1, just to show you how to start off doing this, and then you can get more creative with it as you go. But I wanted to give you a quick, easy tutorial, because if I'm doing it, honey, if I'm doing it over here, you can do it. So I feel like I gave you a very good, in-depth, detailed tutorial about how to achieve these lip nails. It's totally up to your discretion, okay? Make the teeth as buck as you want, make the lips as big as you want, make the grill as elaborate as you want. But if you just want a basic tutorial, like how do I do this, I'm gonna show you, and it was a lot of fun. So if you're here for the video, girl, let's get started. I am gonna use like a swatch stick with a square tip on it. Just because I have nails on, girl, and I don't know if I want to like stick with this yet. I don't know how I feel about this trend, but I'm going to show you how to achieve the look. So let's get into it. So you're going to have your nail color, whatever color your nails are, maybe nude, maybe pink, maybe red. Most importantly, you do want maybe like a pink background for the inside of the mouth. So even if these nails were a different color, I would have swiped like an oval shape wherever I wanted to put this mouth. I might have put some pink there or some red, whatever you want the inside of the mouth to look like. Maybe black, that's good for like shadowing, but I just wanted to be lazy about it, the quickest, easiest way. So I'm going to do a full pink nail. Most of my nails be pink anyway, so if I do attempt this design on myself, it would most likely be on a pink nail. So you see right here, I'm swiping over just a little bit of a darker pink where in the general facility where I want to put this mouth, honey. So this is what's going to look, this is what's going to peek through the inside of the mouth, but you're not really going to see it. It's just like a guideline to kind of give you a guide where to put the teeth, where the mouth might be, how big you want to go. Yeah. And please let me remind you, you must be curing between these layers. I was watching a video. I saw on my analytics that someone had watched a video that was probably a couple months back, and it was really good. I was like, girl, this video is good. But I noticed I didn't like say cure. You know, after this, cure. After that, cure. So I'm kind of talking to you like maybe you already know, and hopefully you do. But if you don't, honey, we want to cure. Okay, cure. Every time you put down some gel product and you're happy with it, before you move to the next step, you want to cure. So I cured the whole pink, then I cured that little spot of darker pink, and now I'm going in with some molding gel. This is the 4-in-1 from Makartt. I used it on my candy cane for my Christmas nails, and it's fun. It's cute. It comes in a few colors. I like having white because you can polish over it and make it a different color. Clear sometimes is hard to see what you're doing and what the shape is. But I do have clear and I do have white, and I will be using both today. So the first thing I'm going to do is the teeth. You want to do the teeth first because lips go over your teeth. So if you do the lips first and try to jam in some teeth under there, it's going to look ridiculous. So you want to do the teeth first. Girl, how thick do you want to make these teeth? Okay, so if the nail was smaller, I would probably go in for a smaller set of teeth, a thinner set of teeth. It might have been a little more flush to the nail, but I am going for, this is like a 3XL square tip. So I'm going for a big mouth, girl, and I want her to have some nice, pretty, bigger teeth. So I went in with like that strip, and I put it over the nail, and I'm using my cuticle pusher, the sharp edges and the round smooth sides. I find it much easier to work with this with a little alcohol as opposed to the silicone tool, although I did use both. Now, looking back, I could have definitely sized these out a little better. Get creative with the shape of the teeth, but you want something kind of square, but not too fake. I think these were a little fake. I feel like I could have done better with the back teeth, just not making them so flush to the front teeth. Like I didn't put enough emphasis on that. I thought I did, but once I put the lips and everything, so definitely make the side teeth a little flatter, a little smaller, and a little higher, I would say. That's my best advice. But play with the shape of the teeth. You don't want them too square. Give them some naturalness to them. Look in the mirror if you have to. That would help a lot. I would think, how many teeth do you want? I'm thinking no more than 4 or 6, depending how big this mouth is going to be. You want to envision how many teeth will actually show in a type of look like this. So I'm thinking somewhere between 4 and 6. You got 2 in the front and 2 on the side of those, maybe 2 on the side of that. So definitely 4 to 6 teeth you're gonna need to even achieve what may even resemble a mouth. So I'm using my cuticle pusher to shape the teeth, and you have all the time in the world because this is molding gel. It does not cure until you cure it. It doesn't stay in place and stiffen up until you put it in the lamp. So you have plenty of time to play with it. And now looking back, I feel like I could, like the next set is going to be bomb. The 2 side teeth, the 2 last teeth on the side, I feel like they should be a little wider and a little raised like a smile. I think definitely making them a little wider, a little flatter would definitely give a more realistic look. I accidentally made them like too kind of even here. So you want to get something that a little bit resembles symmetry. So you can start with that. You want the 2 teeth in the front and the line down the middle, and then work from there. Look at your teeth in the mirror. Your 2 front teeth are usually a little bigger, a lot bigger than the ones on the side. So try to make it look as realistic as possible. I just went in and just kept playing with it until it just felt right. They don't have to be straight across. I mean, no one's teeth are just straight across, and it takes away from the realism of it. So maybe the 2 front teeth can be straight and centered, and then as you do the side teeth, you might want to go up a little bit. And honey, ain't nothing wrong with a good chipped tooth, a crooked tooth, gap teeth, no gap teeth, braces, no braces. Like, you can get so creative. Some people have just, girl, you could do that fang tooth that people be got. You know that fang tooth? Oh, like if you do a set like that, that would be so much fun. Like, you can really get creative, really get realistic. Google some pictures if you have to. I was able to spend a lot of time. You are able to spend a lot of time with this. This is why the video is dragging out, so that you can work with me and I work with you and you follow along and we take our time. And when you take your time, it's going to come out even better. You definitely want to like center in the center of the nail. That's where you want to split the 2 front teeth, at least for a visual. But she could be cocked to the side. It's up to you, honey. It is up to you. You could even paint the teeth yellow. You could make her have yellow plaque-filled teeth. Like, just imagine how much fun you could have with this, really. So I'm only going to try to edit out the nonsense, but I really want you to see step by step. So the video might be a little long. You're like, hey, I found shorter tutorials, but this is a good one. Got some good time on it. You can really take your time with this video. So I'm only going to cut out like me scooping this out of the pod. You know how to do that. So I scooped out another chunk, and I'm going to do the bottom row of teeth. Now, I did cure the top teeth, so cure the top teeth. And in your mind, envision how open is this mouth. You could do the teeth closer together, further apart? Do you want an open mouth, a clenched teeth mouth? Totally up to you. Envision it. Get creative. Get realistically cartoony about it. Cartoonily realistic about it. You can kind of see it. Once you put the teeth down, you almost see it. And you're like, oh, I can see this. Like the shape of the inside of the mouth, bottom teeth. To me, I went more kind of on a reference of my own teeth. And my bottom teeth are a little smaller than the top teeth. I mean, I don't think anyone's top teeth are as big as the bottom teeth or as small. So, I tried to remember that, like, okay, we're going to do the bottom teeth. They should look a little more dainty. They should look like a bottom row of teeth. And again, I'm only going for maybe 4 teeth. This is a big nail. I might have could have fit 6 teeth, but I think 4 just looks better. It just looks better on the nail. So I'm going in for slightly longer. Bottom teeth are slightly longer, or they just appear a little tiny bit longer, and skinnier. A little more crowding. I have crowding in my bottom teeth. So I'm just trying to give her a realistic feel. I'm kind of squaring them off, but not square. Maybe rectangle-y, like a rectangle more. Long, square, but long a little tiny bit. And I am using my cuticle tool, the flat side, to just kind of press and move and flatten. I don't want them to be thicker than the thickness of the top teeth. You don't want that. So if you're gonna make the upper teeth a certain thickness on the nail, try to make the bottom teeth even and as thick or as flat, as flush or as bulging as you're making the top teeth. And I wanted to place them good. I used the center line of the 2 front teeth to do the center line of the 2 bottom teeth. Although my 2 bottom teeth, one of them is crooked, girl. Nobody's teeth is perfect. This is very strange, very awkward. It's almost like a dig, because some of the ones I saw, they were quite scary. I was like, oh my God. Sometimes they make the teeth too round, too bulbous. But people's teeth are like that. So you could make a comical set of lips, mouth, and teeth. Something that looks very funny, cartoony. Maybe something disgusting with plaque. Or something very clean and pretty and straight. And guess which one your girl is hopefully trying to go more towards. Okay. So I'm just working on these bottom teeth, aligning them to the top teeth, trying to give her a little personality. Every tooth is not exactly the same. I tried not to go so straight on the top of the bottom teeth, but the jawline of the bottom teeth, again, like a smile, kind of raising them up in the corners as I was shaping them. So with the cuticle tool, I am kind of just pushing ever so slightly the bottom teeth to kind of do like a U, like a smile. I feel like I definitely could have done that more on the top back teeth and the lower back teeth, but next time, just give them a little personality, a little shape to them. Now, learn from my mistakes. I feel like the 4 front teeth, up and lower, look so good. Like the 2 upper and the 2 bottom. I feel like I could have flattened the side teeth a little more, because it is a nail and you don't want so much just off to the side. So I feel like I could have shaped them just giving them a more realistic touch, but probably on the next go. But this is a very good, basic, detailed tutorial on how to achieve this. I think they're looking good so far. Okay, so I could have used the white molding gel and just painted that, but I'm gonna go in with clear. And that's because if there was anything like under, we want to make these juicy big lips. So there's gonna be some of these lips hanging over the teeth, and I didn't want white where maybe I couldn't polish. So I didn't want white to show if there was a spot that just didn't get any gel color on it for the lips. So I'm going in with clear molding gel, which is a hell of a lot harder to see, honey. I spent a lot of time on this one because I couldn't really see what I was doing. And also I wanted to give her a very cute shape. I feel like, yes, the shape could have been even cuter. You could make different expressions, fuller lips, puckery lips. You know that look. Like I could have did something like that. You could do a big smile like cheese. I think mine is giving more of that. But I think because it was clear, I was afraid to do too much expression with her because I couldn't see her. But again, just a basic tutorial on how to start. Once you get comfortable and you see what's going on here and you start to achieve it, you can definitely play with the shape of lips, the way lips make different words and different sounds and different expressions. So then comes the creative part. Like once you got the teeth in there, it's all about the lips, honey. The lips are what's really giving expression. With the lips, you could actually like, is this a man or a woman? Like that's how much detail you could put into this, where it could be a man. You could give him a little mustache. It could be a man, but clearly she's a woman, and I want to give her the little cupid's bow at the top of the lips, between the lips, the center of the lips, giving her a little shape, a little shape to it. I am smoothing the gel with the silicone tool. I don't want any dents. I want everything to be very smooth. So I think a lot of my time was spent on smoothing the surface of the teeth, making sure they were even and smooth. You don't want them lumpy. This is not a time to have lumps and dips. And when I say lumps and dips, I mean in the evenness of the lips. You don't want a big hole, a big dip in it. I mean, unless she got a cold sore, honey, and that's a very natural thing. I just mean the fluffiness of it. You want them to be even, like lips. Usually unless you got a busted lip, your lips are pretty even in thickness. That's what I mean. But you do want some shape to it. And then I noticed as I was playing with this, just taking my time, just pushing here and lifting there, trying to give her a little expression. The gel kind of smooths itself over as it sits there. It is resting, it is relaxing, and so you get a very natural smoothness to the lips if you do just give it a second. I am also paying attention, close attention, to thin out the lips as you reach the corners. So the corners of the lips should not be as bulbous and thick and juicy as more the center of the lips, the face side of the lips. You kind of see what I'm doing? I'm bringing the corners in, kind of pinching the corners in around these back teeth per se. Definitely just a little. They don't have to be pointy and super thin, but definitely give them some natural shape. Okay, lips are more volume in the front and they narrow out in the corners. I sped it up just a little because this is real time. I don't think it's fair to like cut any of this stuff out really, because you want to see what's going on. So I'm using a few different tools. My cuticle pusher, because it's flat and very smooth and has a little bit of weight on it, so I can flatten and push and cut very nicely. I'm using this soft little flower brush to smooth, and the cuticle tool to get everything off of the teeth. I don't want anything on the teeth. And do you see how good these are looking? I'm giving you the 3D view. Like that's what you need to see. You need to see how even, how thick, what's overlapping what's flush to what. And although it was a little difficult for me to see because it was clear, you can see the cupid's bow, you see a little shape to the lips, something kind of natural-ish looking. Yeah, so I'm gonna cure that and then we'll work on the bottom lip. So again, I'm scooping out a nice little scoop of the clear molding clay, and I'm going to just kind of roll that. Now be aware, bottom lips to me are a little poofier, just to give that effect. I mean, I know some people don't. Some people have a bigger top lip and a little or smaller bottom lip, but for this case, we definitely want to give her a juicier bottom look, bottom lip. So make sure you have enough gel to do that. Now, one thing you want to be mindful of is the back. How much of this, you don't want it hanging and wrapping around the back of the nail. Yes, it will be slightly bulgy on the side. That's why, again, I tell you to pinch in the lips in the corners. That should save on the bulkiness of it all on the sides of the nail. But there is some hangoverage. I will show you more close up later. I'm sure I got some shots of that. But I'm just using my silicone tool to just give me a shape. Again, pinching in the sides and keeping the bulk of the product in the center of the lips using my silicone tool. I think I even tapped my finger, but this, one minute it's sticking to your glove, the next minute it's not. So I would refrain from touching it too much. You don't want any dirt and particle and fuzz in it. So just use your tools. I was using my tools and alcohol, so kept it very together and just something natural, just playing with it. Again, because this was clear, it was a little hard for me to see, so I spent a lot of time just making sure, looking at it at different angles, flash on, flash off, up to the light, look at it from the side. I don't want one half of her lip to be all the way out to here like Bubba Gump and the other side be flat and thin. So you definitely want cohesion across the board, making sure it's as fluffy and even. And the only thing you have to make sure is to pinch up the corners. And again, I don't have to tell you, just make sure there's no extra gel dripping down under like the chin area or draping across the teeth. Make sure that you are cleaning this product off of any other thing but the lips. And these lips are full on 3D. I mean, you see me pointing the nail down. That way I can mold and shape like the back of the lips. Clean up your work and try to make it, only on the lips. You're working on the lips. Get any product off the nail that doesn't need to be there. All right, I'm super excited. I did not film in a certain, in a way, so I can't get it bigger. Like this is what's going on here. I'm sorry about that. But do you see the evenness? Do you see that it is not one end or top or bottom or tooth is not extra as bigger than they're very even. Make the lips even. Just look at the lighting. Look at what's going on here. To me, lips kind of, they go down a little in the middle, like your bottom lip, the lower lip, kind of I just tried to give her some shape. But right now we're going into color. You've done the work. That's it. So I spent a lot of time playing with the lips, giving them a very cute, realistic type of shape, because the rest of it is very easy. All I'm doing is I'm going to go in with some red gel polish and very, very carefully outline these lips, and careful not to get any on the teeth. If you do, wipe it off. I used sometimes I used alcohol because I had alcohol on my desk, and then there was a time where I had some acetone on my desk, and I did use the acetone. So just either one, that. But I definitely used the alcohol to mold the gel, and I used the acetone to more clean up anything that I didn't want on something else. So let me speed this up, because this was a while. This took, detail. I don't want to get red on the teeth. I don't want to get red on the bottom, the pink part of the nail. I only want it on the lips. So I'm using a small liner brush, and I'm just going in and doing that. And this is why I didn't want to use white, because I felt like any little area, if I did not get red polish on that, you would be able to see it, and it would be so stock white, like it would look like, what is that? So I used clear. You could have used red. I don't know what other colors they come in a lot of colors, but anywho, girl, the clear and the white is probably going to be your best bet on this one. So here I'm showing you the bottom lip, and just make sure you get in the folds under the lip, right against the teeth, but don't touch yeah, get in the folds and make sure you get some color on there. Okay, so she's looking pretty good. I wasn't quite sure because I couldn't really see. But now I'm gonna do the upper lip and just again getting under, you know, under there, the piece of the lip that's against the teeth, but be very careful. Do not get it on the teeth. I mean, if you do, you can clearly wipe it off. But just be careful, only the lips. Only the lips, the back of the lip, like the top fold that is hiding on the nail. These are the sides. Remember I said there would be a little hangage over. That's very minimal, but keeping it flat, I did make sure to flatten the back side of it. See how it's kind of flush and flat. And just making sure to polish that as well. Don't forget about the backs of the nail. And again, just reminding you to make sure you get that part of the lip that is flush to the nail where it meets. Don't forget to add polish to that. Like, you know, that's the lip. Don't, that's what makes it look really good. So you see I'm going along the edge of that, getting color on that upper lip area. I got really lazy and just plopped down a bit of polish so I could move it around. But when I saw this coming together, I was like, okay. My girl, she's got a big smile. She's like, hey girl, what's up, ladies? Welcome. You know, she's not really giving you know, but that's fine. That's fine. Look at the lips. I'm giving you the 3D view, how poofy they are, how they look in retrospect to the teeth, things like that. I'm assuming you want to see that. That's what you need to get a vision, a hold of, like, what am I doing here? So there it goes. Okay, all I did was cure that. I told you, like, I'm going to move some of this along, but not any major steps. This was a risk that you do not have to take, okay? You do not have to take this if this is your first time doing this, but you know your girl. And then the ones that I saw were quite beautiful. They had some detail. They really popped. This was risky. I didn't know what I was doing and how good it would come out. I have done some shadowing before, and you know that we achieve that by perhaps mixing some black gel polish with some top coat to water it down a bit. So that's what I did. I had some black gel polish, some top coat, and I'm kind of shadowing the upper portion of her lips. So you would, like, as if light was hitting the top portion of her lip. It just gives it a little more definition so it doesn't look just as smooth and just runs into the nail. It's kind of like, oh, these are 3D. These are off the nail. So a little shadowing there. I played with it. I did play with it. First I went in, you know, with the black to get the black on, but then I was like, oh my God, girl, the black is too black. And definitely went in and kind of watered it down with the clear, did a couple strokes of clear, and just play with it, okay? Just play with it and have fun. You know it doesn't look too amazing if it just has a stark black line across the vid. So really try to water that down. And I kind of did an up and down motion. When I applied the black, I did go straight across the lips, like kind of how you would apply your black lip liner. But then what I did was when I went in with the clear, I stroked down from the top of the lip towards the teeth. So that way I could give the impression of those little creases in the lips. Now, I know you see me going back and forth. I'm dipping into my black, dipping into my white, dipping into my acetone, cleaning up, applying. Like, I'm playing with it. And not to mention, I am a left-handed person. So I'm constantly switching between my left hand and my right hand. If that is bothering you, I'm so sorry about that. But just for angles and doing the sides, just literally playing with it, keep on playing with it. Just playing with it until it's faded out to a point that I like. It's not too dark. It's not too faded. Just play with it. You just want a shadow look. Okay, I forwarded about 20 minutes of that just because, again, I was playing. And as you see, we accomplished a very pretty shadowy look. And here I am going in with some red and just bringing out my red again, just playing with it. You want more red in the center of the lip, and I only really want that shadow kind of on the top, on the upper portion of the lip. And yes, I did add some shadowing to the inner underside of the top lip. Yes, I did do that. Again, this is optional, but I feel like it made a difference to me. I absolutely love it. See the top, the bottom. I just feel like it does bring something to the table, so you might want to try it. All right, let's work on the bottom. So again, here I'm starting with my black line on the inner edge, the edge closest to the teeth is, I'm going to start that black line there. She's a bit stalk, so you want to water it down, add some clear, disperse the black, blend, a lot of blending, a lot of dipping in my clear, dipping in my black, dipping back in my red, just again, playing with it until it feels right. Now, trust the process, because at first I was like, oh my God, what did I do? But just keep blending, girl, keep blending. If you think you've added too much in one place, you could dilute it, dip a cleanup brush into some acetone or some alcohol and just water it down, disperse it a bit. I'm also adding that black shadowing to the underneath side of the lip just to give her some shadowing effect under the lip so it really appears 3D, and just playing with it till it feels right. And here I am cleaning up anything that may have gotten on the teeth, just making sure the teeth stay nice and bright and white. And look at it. I mean, it's subtle. If you play with it enough and you do it right, it's very subtle, but it does make a beautiful difference. Okay, so the hard part is over, and hopefully you have achieved your first beautiful set of lips on a nail, honey. What do you think? I'm sure we could all use a little more practice, but all right. So if you want some little details, the girls are big on the grills. If she ain't got a grill, then who is she? What kind of bad bitch is she? So I gave her a gold tooth. I don't know. I'm old school. The funny thing is I happened to Google, I typed in grills just to get an idea of what tooth should appropriately have a grill. And girl, there were so many grills, custom grills, bling grills, gold grills, decorative grills that had like a star or this or that. I mean, then I got overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God, this could go anywhere. There's no limit. So I held back a little. I didn't want to make it too messy. It's a simple tutorial, something you could do yourself. So I painted her a chrome gold tooth. But I felt like it looked like she didn't brush her teeth. I was like, girl. So the gel was still sticky, and I applied a sheet of gold foil. Now that really made it pop. I was like, wow, girl, okay. At this point, I was ready to grill her whole mouth. But I worked so hard on those teeth, and they look so good. So I really didn't want to grill her whole mouth. So I did the gold tooth, and then I was like, she could use a little more. Like, this is going somewhere, but where? I'm not sure, but I liked it. Have fun with it. She could have a silver grill. This is me just playing again with just perking out her lips, just right where you could see where the light is reflecting. I wanted to add more red, like a coat of lipstick. I'm just reapplying her lipstick. That's all, just having fun with it. But that tooth, when I saw that tooth, girl, I was like, all right. So I wanted to go in with a little more on the grill. I just didn't want to give her one funky gold tooth. So we're going to work on that. And I told you that I went and looked up grills. So this is me looking up grills. And I was like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. Like, there's so many options. Look at that. A star and girl, silver grills, bling. Look at that. And we all have those chromey crosses. But I was like, girl, I'm not putting that on. I mean, you could have. There's no limit. Look at this one. This lady makes like her own custom grills. And just so beautiful where grills have gone lately. So I did get a lot of inspiration, but I was like, okay, let me hold back a little because I just want to give you a tutorial how to quickly achieve the look of lips on a nail, okay? But look at those. Oh, I wanted to do her bottom grill so bad. Girl, I wanted to give her that so bad, but I opted out. Yeah, I'm just going to move on in a more simplistic look. So I pulled out some chrome gold because I didn't think, what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the tooth and just, the gold grill cap thing that's like just around the outer edge of the tooth. So I'm going to do that. And I didn't think I'd be able to get just pieces of gold foil just on that tiny little thin edge. So I went in with the chrome and it was okay. It was okay. I definitely feel like if I do this again, I want to give her a more intricate grill. I think that's the fun part. I mean, I even wanted to give her braces. I think playing with the teeth and just making the mouth look as realistic as possible is really the key. Just making her a mouth that you would see on the regular, something with braces or a beautiful intricate grill and beautiful lips and maybe different color lipstick. Like there was just no end. Anyway, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I wanted to give her a little bling. You know how sometimes you got a little diamond in the tooth? I gave her a diamond on the bottom tooth because her bottom teeth look really good. So I wanted to give her a little stone at the bottom of her teeth. Look at her, she's so cute. You can do this. You can do this. Put this video in slow-mo and do it with me. Pause it step by step. Accomplish what you need to do. Take your time. The longer you're taking, then you're doing it correctly. That's fine. And look at her. She's gorgeous. All right, ladies. So hopefully that was easy, simple, a good follow through. You can do this. You've achieved it. Add as much bling, as little as you want. And now a juicy, juicy layer of top coat. And be generous, honey. Okay, all around the bottom, the underside, the lips, around the lips, the teeth, the diamonds, the foil, everything. It doesn't matter. It's okay. If any top coat should pool in any particular area, it's just going to look like spit, which contributes to the realism. And that's it. We're going to cure this for 60 seconds. And girl, what do you think? I mean, I can see where we could improve, especially the side back teeth. That is key. But look at her. You can do this. I love you. Thank you for watching. I super appreciate you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.